Okay. So data center awareness, and this is sort of a weird feature because a lot of it came from wanting to be data center aware in certain cases, but it's really nothing to do with data centers. Basically, the idea is that it's tagging for sharding. So I picked a very obtuse example on purpose. So you can tag shards. You can tag shards A, B, C. You can have many shards per tag. So I can have 3 shards tagged with A, 3 shards tagged with B, 3 shards tagged with C. Whatever you want. They can be any tags you want. So they can be locations, they can be random numbers, they can be strings, they can be colors. Doesn't matter. You can have as many shards as you want with a certain tag. You can have as many tags per shard as you want. A shard could have a tag AB. A shard could have A comma B, could have A comma C. It doesn't matter. Each shard has a list of tags associated with it. Then for a given collection, you say, hey, let's say I'm sharding on X. For X between 0 and 100, I want those chunks to be located on shards tagged with A. I don't care about anything else. I just know that I want it on the shards tagged with A, and so on and so forth. So what does this actually do for you? Well, let's say that you want to have an email system. And your email system is going to have 3 data centers, a European data center, a US data center, and an Asian data center. Every replica set is going to have, let's just say 3 nodes in each data center. So each replica set is going to have 9 nodes total. I'm just making this simple because it's easier. And I'm going to have 3 types of replica sets. I'm going to have an E data center, or a European data center. I'll call it E. The American data center, I'll call it NA, and the Asian center, I'll call it A. It's a little bit obtuse for fun. So what is shard? So I'm going to tag certain shards with E. What does that mean? So a shard tagged with E means that, again, every shard has 3 nodes in each one of the data centers, but all shards tagged with E are going to have the nodes in the European data center with a higher priority than every other data center. So my 3 nodes in Europe are going to be a priority 2. My 3 nodes in the US are going to be priority 1, and my 3 nodes in Asia are going to be priority 1. Right? So that means that if any of the nodes in Europe is online, that's going to be where my primary is located. That's where all my writes are going to go for that shard. So now, I have to define a shard key. So my shard key is going to be location, comma, email address. So now I can say, for all people who live in England, I want to put you on shards tagged with E. This is pretty cool, right? Because now I can say that, hey, if you live in Europe, I know that your writes, as long as that European data center is online at all of your writes are going to hit that European data center. If the European data center goes down completely, you're going to fail over to something else. Doesn't matter. I don't really care which one at that point. They're both bad. But at least they'll be up. You'll be able to write, read and write your data. It's fine. And then when the European data center comes back online, it'll get the news data, it'll sync up, and then it'll take over again, and your writes will be fast again. It's pretty cool. And then you can do it for different countries, right? So the people in the US will be honed to the US data center. People in Asia will be honed to the Asia data center. So that was the main use case, but you can use this for a lot of different things, right? So you can use this for, let's say you've got non-heterogeneous hardware, and you want to say that, look, I only want to put I could put like different kinds of data on one shard, or different types of shards. Maybe we've got like an SSD shard and a spinning disk shard, or you can isolate data that way. If you've got a multi-tenancy application, you can have 100 shards and have your good cluster and you can have your good section and your bad section based on how much you care about certain customers, right? And you can isolate certain people's chunks to one places or other places. And you can tune those things whenever you want. Like if you say, oh, you know what? My bad customers actually are annoying me these days. I'm going to take away a few shards from them and add them to the other cluster. That's fine. The system will just, you change the config and the system will start rebalancing things, and eventually you'll have it set up the way you want. So there's actually a lot of different use cases for it. It's actually very powerful, but very simple to configure. But lots of different, I'm actually kind of very curious to see all the different ways people are going to use it. People actually keep coming up to me with other interesting ways to use it, so I'm really curious what's going to happen when we actually release it. It is available today. You can start playing with it, but it'll be in 2.2. But it's there now if you want to toy around with it. So those are the things that are really coming in 2.2. And based on that, I think we're all set. And once again, thanks for coming out today. It's been a lot of fun. And I hope to see you guys later tonight.